All right, welcome to Back of the Room. Thanks for listening and or watching. My guest today is a very funny stand-up comedian, writer, and producer on Tosh.0, voice of Scrawl and Disney's The Wild. Also the host of a weekly podcast with his wife called I Won't Listen. It's Eddie Gossling.
That's hey everybody.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, Jimmy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks
back
for
to the green
being
room,
here,
man.
Yeah.
Anytime. Like I'm already here in town. This is perfect between shows, something to do.
I appreciate it, man.
Right? Oh,
yeah, I mean, not everybody wants to come to the back of the room, but you did, so I
Now,
appreciate it.
Are you from St. Louis?
This area, I grew up an hour north of here.
What area was that?
It's called Foley, Missouri, and it's got a population of 160.
Really?
Yeah.
And you live here now?
In
Or do you
this
still live
area.
in
I live
Foley?
15 minutes away
Okay.
in St. Charles.
Why don't you would live in a club? I mean, it is nice back here.
You know,
did
I
joke, like,
could-
are you living back here? Because this is way nicer than a lot
I could
of
lock the
places.
door tonight, and Matt wouldn't know I was back
There's
here.
a little
So
fridge. You'd
yeah,
be fine. You'd be sick.
it's pretty sad. You know, that happens every now and then.
That'd be frightening.
Yeah, if you guys are hearing the karaoke and
Air
the
conditioning unit
heating
that-
kicking on, then
Seems like when
you
that
know.
kicks on, something
yeah,
smacks.
something else slams.
This place is haunted.
Yeah, you know, it happens.
Right
But
on.
You said it was an improvement from the last time you popped your head back here, so that's
Yeah, I
all
think
I was looking for.
20 years ago, I walked through. They used to have food at the club, and they would run it through here. And I think there was a kitchen over here on this side. And I remember coming back here and seeing it, but never thought to ever kind of rotate back this way ever again. And then when Matt told me there's a green room back there, I was like, no, there isn't.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, are you serious? Like, he didn't believe me. I didn't believe him. And you made this place come. You look at this place. It's like a fixer-upper. It's like a home. It's like a show for green rooms.
Yeah, that was episode 1. I kind of did a before and after,
that's
like Chip
awesome.
and Joanna kind of
Oh,
thing.
dude,
You know,
how amazing was that? This is like, because this I can't. I mean, it's probably like the rest of the walk up here is not impressive. And then
Yeah.
you come around the corner, like boom, this place is legit.
Nobody ever used it, so now comics can actually hang out back here, and I can do a little podcast every now and then. So
Like
it's
all
not
the
bad.
gear, this is great.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Speaking of Matt, though, he'd mentioned that his first hosting weekend ever was with you and Dave Attell.
Yeah, Matt. It's so funny and confusing to me that he doesn't do comedy because he was so funny.
I
when he
bet,
started
man. He's
out.
still funny. Like
I know. That's
I'm-
my point. Like I forgot. Like until I get to hang out. You know, I saw him yesterday when I got in town, talking for a little bit, and I had to recalibrate once again. Like talk to people off stage. But I'm like, oh, that's right. Matt's like super funny,
Yeah,
and he should still be doing it. But he's like, man, whatever.
yeah.
And that might be the sign of a real funny person. When like, I don't really need to do that in front of other people.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I
times
never
a week.
saw him do it, and, he's been the manager here since I've been doing it, and I appreciate that for sure. But,
He's
yeah, I
funny, man.
imagined
Yeah, it's great.
he was doing pretty good stuff.
How long have you been doing comedy?
10 years now.
10 years?
Yeah,
That's a long time, man.
I know.
Good for you, stuck it out. You made it.
I haven't at
No,
all,
you
but,
have. You're still doing it.
I'm still doing
After
it.
a
But
decade, if you're still doing it, I'm like, you've made it.
me and Spencer started about the same time, the guy at
Okay.
the box office.
Yeah.
And I had him on here one time. I was like, didn't you think we'd be a little further along at this point? It's
Well,
like,
you're
yeah,
closer
I
to
don't
the
know.
city.
Yeah,
now you're
that's
only
true.
15 minutes away. Used
That's
to be an
true.
hour.
That's true.
Huh?
And
That's-
there's a funny bone in St. Charles too, where I
I've
live.
worked
So
that
it's only
one.
5 minutes away from my
yeah,
house.
like
so
you're so close to 2 clubs.
yeah,
Boom.
Yeah.
Look at you, buddy.
yeah, it's all uphill from here. Year 10. It was just in January actually. So
That's
year
amazing.
10 is
10 years, buddy. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it.
Did Matt give you a chip? They should give that to comics too.
Yeah.
Like here, you've been a comic for 10 years. Congrats.
It's almost more of a thing than it is for not drinking. It's like you've been doing this shit for 10 years.
I mean,
Jesus
you still have to
Christ.
apologize to people.
Yeah, that's true.
It's one of the steps to being a comic for 10 years.
Remember like 9 years ago when I made you come out and watch me and I was terrible? I'm sorry.
But I had all those jokes about you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But I needed material at the
Yeah.
time.
I've noticed the hat.
Yeah.
Are you pumped for the Super Bowl? Are you from
I am
Philly
pumped.
area?
So my dad's from Philly.
Okay.
His whole side of the family still lives there. And so that's what we would watch on. My dad I grew up in the military, traveling all the time.
Okay.
So we never lived anywhere for too long. So yeah, but I'm I love it, man. I can't wait. People are like I bleed green. I don't, because that would be like some kind of a blood. That's a disease.
That's not ideal.
love
but
'em.
it's a good.
I'm
saying.
excited. I'm not I'm not worried about this game. I feel pretty confident. I feel like
They look pretty good.
3 years ago, we were so close.
Yeah.
And our defense is just better, and so is our offense. So it's like, and I feel like the Chiefs, could be eating these words later, but I don't think they're as good as they were 3 years ago. They got through. I mean, they still win. They still win every game, but it's a close margin all the time. I tip my hat to Andy Reid. He knows how to manage a clock. He knows he was even Philly wasn't the best with the clock management or the challenges or the timeouts, but man, he's good, man.
Yeah,
and they got a
I
good
don't.
Squad. They just know how to win. They do enough to win.
So many times this year too, they just barely somehow won or
Yeah.
this or that. And in the Bills game too, like Sean's a big Bills guy,
right?
And first quarter, I was like, "Damn, they got a plan."
Mm-hmm.
Like the coaching, they had a game plan for the Bills, and I think the Eagles will be a much better game. I think we don't have a team anymore, so I don't root for anybody. Like I don't root for or against the Chiefs. A lot of people just went over to the Chiefs, because they're like, "Oh, it's in Missouri." I'm like, "Well."
But so are the Royals.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't be claiming
Exactly.
them. You're like, no way.
Like it just doesn't
if the
feel
Cardinals left, you guys would be. I don't know what would happen. Here.
No, that wouldn't be good at all.
The Blues would just be like, hey man,
Yeah.
we'll try to play base. We'll try to play year round for you.
Yeah. No,
You could
but
still be Rams fans, but I get where that would just be. Like,
I
that's
can't
not
do
gonna
it.
work.
Like when they moved, Stan Kroenke is such a piece of shit, and I don't want to get into it,
no,
but
you can get into it. This is what I
It's
like to
like-
talk about, anyways.
the way he did it and moved and
Was
like
it bad? Did
it
you try
was
to force
terrible.
a venue here, like a new dome or something?
Well, kind of, but they said they would build a new venue, and then he still fucking left.
Really?
And he rallied all these other owners, like fucking Jerry Jones and all these other pieces of
to
shit, to
vote
move to
his
LA
way or
just
whatever.
because it's so much more money and
I mean,
whatever.
For the league, yes, but there needs to be a team here.
Yeah,
This is a good football
we
team.
got the Battlehawks now.
Battlehawks, don't they put like 20,000 people at a game?
There was 30,000 there one time.
There's why you're an Eagles fan,
Yeah.
right? Come on, Bird Gang. Bang, bang,
Yeah.
Bird Gang. Let's go.
I'll root for him this time, man. I don't care. I don't know if you clocked the guy at the bar last night, Jake, and all the Eagles gear. Remember him?
No, Jake, I made sure he was coming out because I read his stuff. Me and Jake we'll text about games like all year long. I love it.
Did he tell you, though, his origin story of being an Eagles fan?
I don't know that maybe I've ever covered this with Jake.
Yeah.
Tell me.
He saw a Chunky Soup commercial as a kid, and that's
Donovan
why he's
McNabb's mom?
yes.
Oh, my God.
He's lived here his whole life, and the Rams were still here, and he saw the Chunky Soup commercial, and now he's a diehard Eagles fan and is a maniac.
If Kurt Warner had chunky soup with his mother, he'd be a different story. He'd be doing a blog about the Rams.
I love the guy, but he's a fucking maniac, and
He knows so much about the Eagles.
He really does.
It's fun to talk to him because I'll be like, I seem so up on it when I go to talk to other people. He literally just put out an article about every hit Saquon Barkley took all year. 411 carries. He watched every one of them last night until 3 a.m. to write his article, and he graded each hit as to where it was like a horrible one, not so bad. The commitment is amazing.
I do think he might be unemployed right now, but that's besides the point. He's very intense, but it doesn't make sense because he's from St. Louis. But more power to him. He can root for your Eagles,
Maybe
but
that's
still.
even like a thing like that's
He's
even
locked
more
in.
of a fan. He's not even from there.
He's locked in. He's
and
a diehard.
That's how passionate he is.
Yeah. But you're in L.A. now, right?
Live in LA now, yeah.
Okay.
Home of the Rams. Didn't mean it. Well, you
Yeah.
guys should get the Cardinals back. That was your first team.
Yeah, that's true.
Did
we'll
you
take
always
them.
find it weird? It was the St. Louis Cardinals for
Yes.
baseball and football.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
I didn't.
At the time, it made sense when I was a child because it just, oh, yeah, okay. Why aren't the teams in ones like the St. Louis Cardinals on ice also?
Little
Like,
confusing, though, because you would have to say baseball Cardinals or football
Yeah.
Cardinals. Yeah. But,
and they scooted off.
yeah.
What's going on? Why can't we keep a team here?
I don't know, man. It's very
People
frustrating.
love football here.
Yeah. We got the Battlehawks now, but it's not the same. I've been to a game. It gets pretty exciting.
Do you think
but
with the Battlehawks, though, it's not there's so much with the NFL when you love your team. It's also so depressing, and you're so tense. I don't know what it is. And you're just like, you're watching games. You can never really be comfortable or just enjoy being in the moment. But like with minor league football or arena football, it's like if they lose, it's like, oh, whatever. We're having fun though. We're having a good time. It
Yeah.
just seems like minor league sports have just more of a like, what the hell? Let's just have fun attitude.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago I went to a game. It was the last game of the season, but there was only 6 teams or 8 teams in the league. And the way they had the playoffs set up, it wasn't the best 4 moved on. It was divisions. So the Battlehawks had a better record than 2 other teams, and they didn't move on for some reason.
Oh, bummer.
I think they've changed it, but
Yeah, you kind of want the best teams to go.
yeah. But, you know,
It
it was
Browns one year when Seattle had a losing season, but they made the playoffs because of the division winner.
Yeah.
And then they actually did good in the playoffs, but it's infuriating if you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, we're
It
like 10 and
was.
6.
Yeah.
And these guys are these yahoos over here are like 8 and 9 or whatever, 7 and 9 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was, yeah, but it was the Battlehawks. Like, I was wearing a Battlehawks shirt. I got it, like, Kohl's, and I was like, all right. They won, and they're not going to move on, but it's whatever, you know. But, yeah. So, L.A., though,
yeah.
they got a bunch of the fires and stuff going on. Did you dodge all that, or how's that all going?
I was like, I mean, it's definitely where I live. The fires didn't touch down there. But
Well, that's good.
I was up in Malibu that day actually recording. I do a podcast with Daniel Tosh, the Tosh Show.
Tosh
And so,
show.
Yeah, we got up there early because we knew there's going to be high winds, and that usually means they're going to shut power off because that's like kind of what can cause a fire, any kind of a spark. They're just trying to like take back as many opportunities for a fire to begin.
Uh-huh.
So mitigate it. So we got up there super early, like 8 in the morning, which is for me it's a long drive from where I live, South LA. Get up there, 10:30 they cut the power off, but we were done. So I left, and then on the way back, about halfway through, when I was getting just past Malibu into like the Pacific Palisade area, I saw like some brown smoke coming out from the hills, and I was like, that's definitely like a fire. A lot of fire engines were going that way, so I was like, well, I'll probably have it. But by the time I got home, man, it was thousands of acres. It just got spread so fast because the winds were like 100 miles an hour. And while we didn't have any like super damage down where we live, it was like the next morning, it was like snow, like the ash was like snow, and the air quality goes without saying so bad for like at least a week, man. It was just stuck in the air.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Most of it's contained now. There's still little fires here and there. There was some rain that we had that people worried that could cause mudslides. But man, yeah, I mean, just seeing those areas, the scorched areas that are so wiped out.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Terrible, man. Hopefully, you know,
I don't know what happened.
you know, it's
hard to watch a State
definitely
Farm
hard.
commercial. It's like, I don't know how they can run commercials right now.
Oh,
and
man.
Just be like, hey,
Yeah.
man, we all know that you canceled so many policies.
that's
know what's
insane.
up.
That's fucked up. They're going to have to, like,
I don't get it, man.
but
Insurance is for tragedies, and they're mitigating the tragedies they wish to cover. I don't know. I'm not a business guy, but it seems like dirty pool.
oh, for sure. Yeah, terrible for sure. I shouldn't have brought it up and brought it down that road, but I'm just glad that
I ate my family. The first day, I thought they would come my way. I ate my whole family.
you just saw,
I
like,
panicked.
yeah, I saw the news.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like they had a good Christmas, and they would want me to go on and continue to do comedy to honor them, the name.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're here at the St. Louis Funny Bone now, so
Here
it all
I
worked
am.
out. Yeah.
St. Louis Cardinals, Funny Bone.
Yeah.
Everything's at Cardinals here.
Yeah. We won't go back into sports, but the Cardinals are going to be a little rough this year again. But,
You think so?
Yeah. Weren't great last year, and
All
it's
it
kind of
takes
a rebuilding.
is one little thing.
I know, but I'll hope for the best. But
Yeah, hope for the best.
the only game I went to last year, we lost to the fucking White Sox.
Oh, the White Sox are a powerhouse last year, too.
Yeah.
What happened? Did a lot of your players not make it in that day?
No,
Did
you
they
know.
forget the game?
They just heard that I was coming and wanted to lose to
Oh,
the
what a
worst team in
bummer
the
for
league.
you. You
yeah.
go to one game, and the White Sox, like, this is why we went to this one.
Yeah.
We're going to win this one.
Yeah.
Was it a beating, or was it just like...
No, it was a substantial loss. It
Yeah.
was like 4-1 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't great,
Did
but
you get a hot dog?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it was the only time I've ever been in like the Champions Club kind of thing.
Oh, neat.
It's like you pay $100 and you
Yeah.
get to go to the box and have the food and the drinks and shit.
That's nice.
It was awesome, but we did lose to the White Sox, so it kind of brought it
Mm.
down a notch. But
Yeah.
you know.
I bet you guys get the White Sox this year. Did you guys beat them in the overall series record? Probably. The White Sox didn't win a lot of games. They won the one
They
year
lost
that
to them
you
more
went
than
to.
once.
There's one that you went
Yeah,
to.
they
won.
lost to them at least twice, but they might have got them overall.
I don't think they won a lot of road games at all either. There was the
No.
one here.
It was the worst
And then-
year ever, I think. The
Keep
worst
saying
record
it
ever last
till
year.
You lose your mind and stab me with your microphone. Like, stop. I brought it up.
No, we'll get off of sports, but let's go into comedy, you know.
Sports podcast. That's what this is.
Yeah. Good luck for your Eagles. So we talked about your show here with Matt and Dave
Mhm.
Attell.
Right?
Where
We're one of the funniest comics you're ever going to do.
Oh my God, dude! Look, there's
No, I saw the
me
photo.
and Dave.
I know,
that's-
I love that.
We're on
Did you
vacation.
guys work somewhere together?
We went to Cabo on vacation together.
Cabo? That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
You know.
You guys in Cabo?
We're
Get
tired.
out of town.
Yeah, we're pretty close. But yeah, where'd you start doing comedy?
San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. So, started in San Antonio at the River Center Comedy Club. It was a great club, and they had like a lot of like David Tell, like just headliners every week were really good. So I get to see a lot of good comedy like right away,
Nice.
and then did the open mics and started doing comedy, and they ended up buying the club up in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So I moved up there and house emceed at that club for like a year. Went on the road. Started making, some decent enough money to live in my car and hotels every once in a while. I was making some good cash.
Yeah.
Keep that salad dressing in the trunk because it's winter, so it doesn't go bad. Had a crock pot. And then I'd always come back through Austin. And there's another comic that was starting out, like maybe a couple years after I started, Megan Mooney. And then, so I was like, man, she's really funny. We did some road work together, a couple gigs, and I'm like, she's really fun to hang out with too. So I asked her out on a date. Went on a date. We kissed, and then, like maybe a year and a half later, we were married.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I married a comic too. Not only did I start in comedy in Texas, but I met another comic in Texas. We got married. Now we got 2 kids. We're living in L.A. We're ducking fires. We're getting ready for the Eagle game. Woo! Things
Killing
are going
it.
good for me, man.
Killing it, man.
She's from Cleveland originally,
Okay.
so she watches. We know a lot of Heartbreak, Browns, a lot of heart. Like my son, for whatever reason, went Browns, and he's 18 now. He's just like, man, watching him watch a game. Like Megan's been around it for a minute, but Oliver's like, boy, he goes through it on a Sunday. He's
He
going
made the
through
wrong
it.
choice for sure.
It's a rough choice, but I kind of like. There's something about it too. It's like good for him. He
Yeah.
never jumped ship. He could have easily come over
Yeah.
and hung out with me in the Eagle in the little nest I make for the games, but he didn't. He just sits over there in the doghouse that he made for the games. We should make those with the house.
Yeah.
But once again, we're back on sports.
Yeah, I know.
We love sports in our house.
We do too. I'm married to a comedian as well, actually. And she's
What?
from Cincinnati, a
Get
Bengals fan. So
Who is this?
Yeah, I don't think you know
Oh.
her, but she's
But I go to Cincinnati a lot. I work at Go Bananas.
yeah. Go Bananas is the shit. That place is awesome.
Do you like it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that club a lot. Mikey's like one of my favorite people. I've known Mikey forever. He was a maniac back in the day.
Okay.
Whereas Matt used to do comedy. Mikey was just like a lunatic that has just turned into like a very decent, sensible person with a pug, with Pippin. That's it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's a great club. If you guys are in the Cincinnati area, make sure you go over to the Go Bananas. It's in Blue Ash, Montgomery County. Tell them Eddie sent you.
There
And
you
Jimmy.
go. Yeah. Check it out.
It's a good bowling alley over there.
Haven't been to a bowling alley, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm always finding things to do on the road. Bowling,
Yeah.
I like to bowl.
Okay.
That's one thing I'll go do. What about when you're on the road? What do you do? Like, what's your routine?
I would like to get on the road more.
Okay.
And then do more things.
And have a
you know, but
that's a good answer. I would like to do more things.
yeah, mostly be on the road.
Yeah.
But no, I play a little golf.
You like to play golf?
I'm not great, but I like to play a little golf and just
It's an activity you can do. So You just have to find things to fill the day when you're on the road.
yeah,
And that's
watch
the
a
biggest,
movie or something. I don't know.
Today we went to Wally's, which
Oh,
is like
the
a
gas
knockoff
station thing.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
And so I was like, because my wife's cousin lives here, basically my cousin too. love it. Love hanging out with him. So he like picked me up. He went over to this place called the Shack to eat. Kind of little breakfast place.
Okay.
Oh, this is a great story. Back to sports though. I'm wearing my hat, and the waitress goes, "Oh, you're an Eagles fan." She goes, "I don't mind." But there are other people in this section. If you're in their section, they would be so mad because they're big Chiefs fans. There's a black couple sitting at a booth next to me, and it's an older couple, and this guy goes, "Fly, Eagles, fly." He looked over at me. He was decked out. So we started doing our bird thing.
Nice.
And just like, it was so funny to me that literally right there was another diehard. He was all decked out, head to toe in Eagle stuff. Anyways, he goes, "What do you want to do now?" I go, "There's no Buc-ee's here, right?" He goes, "There's no Wally's," which is kind of like a Buc-ee's, which I think I'd read that Buc-ee's is suing a lot of other places that kind of like are glomming onto their
It's
idea.
a different name, though, right? I mean, what can
Wally's,
they do?
Buc-ee's. I mean,
It's just a
Buc-ee's is
big-ass
a beaver,
gas
Wally's is a
station.
bear. I
Yeah.
see a lot of differences. But there's also Stuckey's back
Yeah.
in the day. So why doesn't Stuckey's sue Buc-ee's, and then Buc-ee's would have to drop the lawsuit up against Wally's?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a legal mind. I don't have legal Zoom. I don't have them paid
Yeah.
for the template.
We're not even
but
sponsored by them, but
We're
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to, hey, come on. Who are the sponsors? You got sponsors?
I have made up sponsors that I do, and
That's what I
they're-
love.
Yeah.
Me and Megan do that on our podcast too. So it's way better.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like, oh man, I remember people reaching out. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. You guys got a sponsorship, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
But Wally's is pretty cool.
It was. Yeah. I've
It's a
been
gas
there.
station.
It's fine.
Yeah, the gas is fine. I didn't eat anything, although the guy was giving us samples of jerky, thinking
Okay.
that would get us to have some jerky. But I'm not a guy that really is going to have a lot of jerky at the house anyway.
Yeah. Their thing was like they have like a barbecue sandwich, right, or
Right.
something. I've tried it. It's fine.
They have a bunch of. They have a
But it's
fish
like-
sandwich that I thought was like, that's odd.
Yeah.
Like-
I've tried it. It's still a gas station.
A
You know, it's
deep-fried
not
cod
like
sandwich from a gas station.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably pass on that too.
I'll eat it, but I'm not gonna talk it up like it's good.
Right, I'm not going to be like, you know where you got to go?
Yeah.
To that gas station and get the fish sandwich.
Yeah.
They did have what I thought was queso. When I got closer to the container, it was actually hummus. And
That's-
the container
yeah.
said coleslaw, but they put a line through it and wrote hummus. And I was like, it blew. For a minute, I was just like, my mind was scrambled. Too many things were happening that I
Yeah.
didn't plan for.
That's not a good look when you're crossing out and writing things
I'm
in,
like, wait.
no matter what it is.
I mean, was it coleslaw? Did
Yeah.
you empty it out? Did you clean it out good? Because those are two different
depends
things.
on who's working. Like, is this coleslaw?
Right.
Is this hummus? What is this?
If I was working there,
Yeah.
I'd have been like, it's both.
Yeah.
Coleslummus.
Have you ever tried any of the St. Louis cuisine, the emos or the toasted raviolis or
I've tried both. They're both
Okay.
good. Emos is the cheese is a little odd.
Provel cheese? It's an
It's
acquired
Provolone
taste.
cheese. It is an acquired. But once you get used to like, this is the shitty cheese you're going to use, then you're just like, all right, I'm just
Yeah.
going to eat. Like if there's nothing else, you can't change it. This is what the pizza has on it. I like the thinness of it and the crispy.
Yeah.
That's good. And the cheese isn't bad. It's just different cheese.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah, it's different. And I like all types of cheeses. I can get into all the cheeses, but that one's a weird cheese.
It's got
They
a
don't prep you for it.
it's got a twang to it, kind of.
It's got
Yeah,
a twang,
yeah,
but you end up just this is great. And the toasted raviolis, sure, those are good.
yeah. It's
into
fine.
it?
Like
It's
I'm from
fine.
here. I never like comics come here all the time. Like, should we go to emos or try this or that? I'm like, it's all right. You know, I never like try to sell them on the Arch or like
You should work
emos.
at the
I'm like,
tourism. Like it's good.
It's
fine.
fine.
I like it's fine. Is such a
Yeah.
great. It's like what do you drive? A Corolla? That's fine.
yeah,
It's like it's the Corolla of pizzas.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll eat it and you'll fill your belly.
It'll get the job done. I wouldn't
It's not a,
brag about
it's
it.
not a fish sandwich from a gas station.
yeah,
From a
yeah. No, but
it's a bear. It's not a beaver. We're different. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to go to the courtroom.
I'm
when
not
when
a
it goes down.
Yeah, I'm not a legal expert, but I don't think they're gonna. It's worth
How
suing
can
them.
you
It's like
sue
a gas station that is also this large and has a mascot.
Yeah,
It's not the same. It's a different gas station.
I mean, there's amusement parks. They all have characters.
Yeah,
They all have like I don't. We'll see how this pans out.
we'll see.
Boy, I tell you what, egg on our face in 2 years when we get back
Probably.
together Like, yeah, I guess they own them all now.
Yeah, we'll be wearing Bucky's T-shirts instead of Wally's.
Have you been to a Bucky's?
I don't think I have.
I definitely have not. That's why I was like, well,
more
let's go see
southern,
what
like
Wally's
Texas kind of southern,
yeah,
right?
Just that away.
Okay, yeah.
So I haven't been to one, but I know the bathrooms are so clean, grandmas get wet. They just think it's like, that's all they talk about is the brisket sandwich and the clean bathrooms.
I mean, that's kind of what a Wally's is too.
Right. It's the
But
same
I'm
deal.
like, it's fine.
So you're saying that it is similar to Bucky's, but came afterwards.
Well, yeah, but it's just a big-ass gas station.
So
Yeah, I better change my tune here before I get sued. But,
you're going to be a witness.
yeah.
You won't be sued, but you're going to be a witness.
Yeah. But let's take a quick break. We'll be right
Take a
back.
break.
With more Back of the Room. Sup? Jimmy Day here from Back of the Room. I don't usually like to promote things about myself, but here goes. I was digging through an old closet the other day and happened to come across my old yo-yo, the Yomega X-Brain. If you know, you know. Best yo-yo out there. You know, talking to women can be tough, but if you buy my course for $29.99 per month, you'll learn pickup lines based on yo-yo tricks just like this. Step 1. Wear something dope, like a Limp Bizkit t-shirt and a backwards hat. Step 2. Be amazing at yo-yo. And step 3. Hit them with a line that they're never going to forget. Yo, yo, girl, I'm going to turn you out so good, I'm going to put you to sleep. Yo, yo, girl, how about you let me take you around the world? Yo, yo, bitch. No, I'm not talking to you. I was actually talking to your female dog. I just want to let you know that I could walk your dog. Yo, yo, girl, how about you let me impregnate you so I can rock the cradle? You'll learn tricks, pickup lines, and much more if you just buy my course for $29.99. Or you can just like and subscribe to Back of the Room Podcast. Follow on Spotify, Instagram, and YouTube. Leave a comment. Email us. Whatever you want to do, we're there for you. Back of the Room Podcast. Yo, yo, y'all.
And we're back.
And we're back.
What was the fake sponsor that we ran there?
Oh, shit. I'm going to have to figure that out and
Yeah.
probably go back with it.
We'll drop it in there.
Yeah.
It'll be good. That I didn't
That
know we
one
sponsored
was,
by them. That was amazing.
That was not bad, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting here with Eddie.
The Wally's Cardinals. Why not a bird of prey? That's a good change. You can change it over that.
That's true.
There's not a lot of birds named Wally. I guess that's the bear's name, Wally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Bucky's the beaver. That makes sense. Bucky, buck teeth.
Yeah.
Wally is a bear.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It's more of a moose, right? Wally's World.
Wally World, yeah.
Wally World.
Yeah.
Wally's World. It wasn't his world. It was Wally World or whatever. I've lost my train of thought.
If we don't
Karaoke's getting to me.
Yeah, if we don't get sued. If you guys can hear this gal is killing it for the demographic over there. She's doing pretty well.
Nah, she's like in the upper echelon.
Yeah.
She's going to the playoffs.
Yeah. She'll probably be at your show the next
hopefully
show.
she was at the first one. You can't do that and then just leave the energy and come to it. I don't want that. I don't want that in the showroom.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the mire and the muck it'll put me in.
Yeah. Well, we are in between shows. I checked out your show. Very funny stuff.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Big fan of Tosh.0.
Yeah. That's great.
I saw the Tosh Point show on campus
Oh yeah.
at SLU.
SLU.
Yeah.
The Billikens.
Yeah, man.
It's like a Smurf with an STD.
Yeah.
There's a statue of one. I was like, what's a Billiken? I knew the guy that played the Billiken.
The mascot?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy that was he was also the St. Louis Cardinal for a minute.
Fredbird.
Was it? Yeah, Redbird.
Fredbird, actually.
Fredbird?
Yeah.
Like Fred?
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah.
Fredbird.
Redbird would
it.
actually make more sense, but it is
Fredbird. It probably
yeah.
is a. Yeah, I'm sure that's the.
They just
the
threw an F
genealogy.
on. Yeah.
Right, but
Yeah.
so I got him. I came in. My cousin, I was talking. My wife's cousin, who's basically my cousin, I was talking about. I was an usher at his wedding here in St. Louis, and I knew the Billiken, and everybody from that wedding kind of went to SLU, including the bride's father and mother. I believe the mother went there, but I was like, "Hey, I can get the Billiken to come to the wedding," and so he came in. They played a Nelly song. He came running in with a T-shirt gun.
Oh, shit.
Started firing T-shirts
That's
at everybody at the wedding. I had to run it by the bride to make it. It's her wedding. Are you cool with this? And she's like, "Yeah, do it." And
Nice.
her dad just thought it was the best thing ever. Billiken came to the wedding
That's great.
of his daughter. Not many people can say that
No.
or want to say that, really.
Aren't mascots kind of supposed to keep it hush-hush on who they are?
Yeah.
But
They are.
I mean, he was wearing the whole thing, and only you knew, so
I
it was
knew him
probably
because
fine.
he came to a comedy show one time.
Okay.
And so he was just, kind of let me in on
Yeah.
his world of entertainment,
Makes
which
sense.
is something.
Yeah.
I was a minor league mascot for a hockey team
Okay.
in San Antonio, the San Antonio Iguanas. And while we did have a lizard that would skate around on the ice, like the real mascot. I was the lounge lizard, and I sat in kind of an area like this, but paneling behind me in the stadium. It was my job just to be rowdy, a
Nice.
rowdy fan at the games, because San Antonio was new to hockey. And they thought they needed somebody to kind of like get it going. Like
So were you wearing a full costume, or
No,
you were
it's
just like
me,
a big super
just a
fan?
dude? Yeah,
Okay.
it's like Wayne's World.
I gotcha.
And so I would get the crowd hyped during the second period. Between the first and second period, the lizard would find a young lady and choose her, and she'd bring her to me, and she would sit in the other recliner, and we would have dinner during the second period from Mama's Cafe,
Okay.
and they catered. We have a good meal, and I would throw rolls to people. Everything about it didn't make any sense, but that's minor league sports. That's
Yeah.
why it's wonderful.
I just want to get
Yeah.
people hyped.
So maybe he felt that there's an energy I was exuding, that he was like, oh, this guy has a mascot kind of energy.
Yeah.
I can let him know that I'm the Billiken.
That makes sense.
He might have worked at Six Flags, too, for a minute.
That's probably about, yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right. Well, that's cool. Well, you made a lot of appearances on Tosh.0. I saw you a lot of
Yeah.
times. You're writer, producer. Is there like a favorite bit you did or like a favorite
yeah.
character you
100%.
played?
Yeah, I guess two. Favorite character, I played Chef Boyardee one time.
Nice.
And
That
a,
was a sponsor, actually, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Chef Boyardee's Nuts.
These nuts.
Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah. It was dumb.
But I did play Chef Boyardee, and
Remember
we did
that?
like a chopped episode, but it's called Julianne.
I remember that.
Yeah, we had the 3-cheese blend chef,
Yeah.
where his whole thing, he made a 3-cheese blend. And he was like, you mix the 3 cheeses, that's a 3-cheese blend. That's how you make a 3-cheese blend.
Yeah.
And we were like, why did you make that video? And he was like, I thought it was dumb too. He goes, I was like, do you want me to do something else? And like, no, just it's for eHow. Just make 3-cheese blend. They're just content is all they wanted.
Yeah.
So that was like my favorite character I played. Now my favorite thing that we ever did on there is one time we got a little tilt-a-whirl, like a carnival ride where you spin around, and everybody in the office ate a banana and then chugged a Sprite.
Oh, yeah. I
which
remember
makes
that.
you vomit.
Yeah.
And then we got on this ride, and I was so happy. I ate so much salad before this because I really wanted to just spew all over the guy I shared an office with, Mike O'Brien. And it was so fun just to throw up all over somebody for a job. First of all, we're at work, and I'm just like, ugh, just vomit going everywhere. It was so...
Well, it was
I remember
kind
just
of like
laughing that night.
a scrambler kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
scrambler, that's what it was.
So you
Not
were
a
on,
tilt-a-whirl, scrambler.
you
right.
were on the inside? because the outside person though was the one that got smushed
Yeah.
against the outside.
I was
so
definitely wherever I was.
if
it was-
you wanted to be on the inside,
really
I remember
aided
that.
the way I shot the vomit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did help.
yeah,
Gravity was a big part of it.
Yeah.
Centrifugal force
yeah.
was showering Mike O'Brien with vomit. It's where science meets challenges.
That's
Internet.
great. Yeah, I think I've seen every episode for
That
sure.
was fun.
A very, very fun show.
And then maybe one of my favorite redemptions we had, I found this guy that allowed somebody to pepper spray him
oh yeah, I
so
remember
they
that
could use
guy.
the neutralizer.
Yeah,
His name was
which was
Badfinger.
like water, probably.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
It didn't work. It
Yeah.
just made it, I think, worse. He was like his brain was melting and just coming out of his nose, and he couldn't handle it. And I was like, the video just made me laugh so hard. Like, we got to have this guy on. And we came on, and we are like, are we going to be able to like mace him? Like, are there rules to TV? There are, but he waived them all and allowed us to really pepper spray him on the show 3 times.
I remember that. They
We
would
did
have him
different
back.
stages
Yeah.
of like we came up with a brand new neutralizer that didn't work either. And I remember like leaving the set of the shoot, and we were just getting in the car going back to the office to wrap up things, and he was still there, just snot running out of his nose. And somebody from makeup and wardrobe just had a fan. They were blowing his eyes like, "See you later." You couldn't see. Oh man, Badfinger.
I remember that
I gotta
one.
find that guy. I love that guy.
A lot of those web redemptions, those people were just insane. Like, did you
Yeah.
guys ever have somebody that was just like off the rails where you couldn't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
like?
yeah. Definitely had quite a few of those. They all seemed to kind of work out. Nobody, took
Like,
anybody's life.
Yeah, that's
Like, we're always worried, we didn't do a lot of background checks. We did enough. Our background checks were kind of go through the comments and see what,
Yeah.
and that was about it. That was your chance to get on there. One guy one time just left, and we couldn't find him for a while, and then we found him. Like, he went to get beers or something.
okay.
But he was a guy that he was kind of on there for doing something disgusting at a sushi restaurant. Like, I think he vomited it all into his cup and then drank it back down.
Man.
Because he was hammered.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why he went to go find beers. I think he kind of lived in that world. We found him and say, "Stop drinking.
Yeah.
We're gonna tape. We have a show to do here. Joey Chestnut's in the redemption. Come on." Time is money.
Yeah, that had to be hard to kind of lock those characters down for
yeah.
5 minutes or
Some
10
of them were
minutes.
just fine. It's always like when you get somebody fun to kind of like come in like a big. We didn't really go out for like big stars, just to have a big star. We went for people that made sense in the bits.
Yeah.
One kid, time a kid got kicked off of buses for farting, and so we had a big fart redemption, where he
Nice.
had to he refused to sit in the back of the school bus, so it's a big Rosa Parks kind of thing. But we had John Witherspoon on there from Friday.
Oh yeah.
With, "Shh, don't anybody go on there."
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
we were lucky to get him for a fart redemption. It was
Yeah.
great. It was like it made sense to have
Yeah.
him. Loved it. R.I.P. Witherspoon.
R.I.P.
Fantastic cat.
Yeah.
Classically trained actor too, by the way.
Really?
Amazing. Yeah. And the dude had worked with everybody. He had the history that he could just sit. We would sit in the green room and just talk before the shoot. Like prior, he worked with everybody that were just like legends and gods of comedy.
Yeah, I bet. He's a
That
very
was cool.
funny guy.
He's so funny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved it.
Awesome.
So those were the fun. Like those were you work with some people. You're like, oh, that's so cool. I got to work with
Yeah.
somebody that I just made me cry watching Friday.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
That's great. I got to ask, was Daniel actually naked, or was there like a flesh-colored kind of underwear situation?
I don't know if I could even share that. I feel like
He was naked a lot, but I
let the-
don't know.
yeah,
I was
he's
like,
always
it was
naked.
blurred out,
I mean,
but
let the internet just continue to debate the topic.
yeah, I mean, I don't blame you.
Like, what are the best
I'm
minds?
still curious
I'm
about
sure
it.
people could like undigitalize it, but I'll never tell.
Okay.
I don't think I can. I think
I
I signed an
didn't-
NDA.
I didn't think you would. I just had to ask. You know?
I like that you asked, and
Yeah.
took a shot,
You know.
and I like that I'm just like, I don't know. Let's let it continue to be something that we just don't know.
In my heart, I feel like he was, but we'll never know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Well,
sometimes the heart can be deceiving. Do they say that? Is that a word? A thing? The heart can be deceiving.
I think
I
you
think it
just
is.
made it a thing.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Yeah.
It's another one. Get it on a T-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm a big fan of Tosh Point Show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Good. I'm glad you listened.
Yeah.
And
First,
did you like and subscribe?
I have liked and
Thank
subscribed.
you.
Yeah.
It's big.
And I also have to say, first of all, love the border.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people hate the border. A lot of border hate.
Quit hating
I'm
the
like,
border.
Border looks great.
It
It's
looks
fantastic.
It's great.
Yeah.
If I knew how to, I would add a border to this.
I'll make you a border.
Okay.
I'll send you a border. What do you want? It'll be like you got 2 cameras here.
Yeah.
You're gonna pop in and out. There's a wide and then a close up on me.
Yeah.
Do you have a close up?
No.
Okay, so there's a wide and a close. I'll get you a border.
Okay.
Yeah.
Border may be coming in the future.
Oh, it's coming.
All right.
I already got one made for you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I like it. It adds a little, adds a little bit to it. I
You're
like
gonna
it.
love it. It's gonna be so good. I don't know how you'll use it or apply it, but I hope it works. I don't know that part of it.
Yeah. Well, we'll give it a shot.
getting you
I'll
a
throw it
border.
on there.
You're gonna have a border.
No, I hear you on a lot of episodes, and you're always you're right there.
Start out a little bit of the Act 1, like what's going on.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna setting up whatever we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
And then whoever's gonna be the guest. Yeah, get to chat a little bit, and then it's been fun because then we'll go tour together. We'll plug our tour dates. Like I have some separate ones, and then I do a lot. I open from quite a bit on the road, so that's been great.
Yeah.
And people like the show, so it's been
great,
neat.
man, and it's very cool that it's just a regular person sometimes, or somebody that's kind of like
Yeah, it's like
he
people that he
uses,
finds interesting.
yeah.
So it's and people be like, "Hey, you should interview me." I do like I don't know. It's not. Is that who's that interesting to? It's not just like normal,
Yeah.
like grabbing people, which can be, but it's people he finds interesting, and I think that's cool. It's not because there's a lot of you have this podcast with comics, celebrities, and these things, and those could happen on there, but it just has to make sense, right?
Yeah.
And just I'm interested in this part of it. It could be an actor that does something. Some kind of a weird hobby, and that's all we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what the future holds for us, Jimmy?
It's true. It's very true. I'm sure you're happy being behind the camera, but I'd be all right with an Eddie cam too, for that little.
That's an extra money. It's an expense. And
Well,
I don't want to our money comes from the budget. So if we get
I got this one
less.
for $60, I think.
All right.
The one on you. It's not.
Are you saying I can have that? I give you $60. I get to walk out with this Polaroid 4K.
Yeah.
We might be 8K now though. So
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Well,
Close. Last season, I would have flew.
All right. Well, I like the pod. It's going good.
Thanks.
Any
man.
tips you have from being in the podcast world on how I can maybe get anybody to watch or listen to this?
There's an algorithm. John's the one that really knows that world, and Pete too. They're big into it because John used to have like a pretty successful YouTube channel.
Okay.
So he kind of knows that world. There's certain times you release things. There's certain tags and hashes that you want to have going.
Yeah. It is a mystery to me. I don't get it at all. I'm
What
not a
is a
technology
mystery?
guy. I could barely work this
I think-
$80 camera.
The one thing that if you were to give somebody $1 million, they'd get you some fans. It becomes less mysterious when you have money.
Yeah, I'm
Less
sure
of a
that's a
mystery.
factor, but I don't understand it at all.
It's
but,
funny.
you know,
It's like just I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
have no tips for you. Sorry.
it's totally fine. Appreciate you being on.
Oh yeah,
You know,
anytime.
but I don't
I'll do
understand.
it again
algorithm.
tomorrow.
All right,
Don't take anything home.
we'll run it back.
Do you leave the equipment here at night?
Some of it.
Oh,
I don't know if I should put that out there. Don't steal my shit.
well, take the drum set.
Yeah, the drum sets for grabs. Oh man, got a segment for you.
Do what?
I got a segment for you real
Okay,
quick if you're
segment.
cool. It's called 3 Wishes.
3 wishes.
So, it's mostly
Are you gonna
mundane.
Are you gonna wish for something? I give you
I'll say 3. You could say 3. I could start it off
if
if
I
you
had
want.
3 wishes. Okay.
Just whatever you
Yeah,
want.
knock it
I'll give
out.
you an example. We've done this once or twice before. One of my wishes would be that I could dunk.
Oh, that's a good wish.
I'm 6'2". I played basketball in high school.
Never been able to dunk?
I could dunk a Nerf ball.
Okay.
And I should have just worked out more and jumped 2 or 3 more inches, and then I would have dunked. But I just didn't put the work in.
I like it.
And now I'm too old, and I'm never going to dunk, and it's upsetting and sad.
Okay. Okay. I wish I could kill people with my mind.
That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wish. I could
So would you have any kind of like just nut like a blink or anything, or just
just
fuck
think
that guy?
about it.
Just think about it.
You
they're
wouldn't.
dead.
We could be different cities. I just think. I wish that person's gone. Boom.
That's
they're
not
gone.
bad.
It's not a bad wish. But I want to dunk too.
Yeah.
So that might be my second wish.
Okay.
To also dunk
Yeah.
a basketball. To destroy people with my mind, and to dunk a basketball. And to never not have eggs.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you go to make breakfast. There's no eggs. You got to go to the store to get the
Yeah.
eggs and come back. And they killed half the chickens because
Yeah.
of the bird flu. So eggs are scarce these days.
Eggs is apparently the deciding factor on the
Omelets.
president and
Oh.
everything these days. But
Yeah, well, omelets for sure.
omelets for
You
sure.
got to
yeah.
have eggs to make an omelet.
You got to crack a few eggs to make them.
You got to crack a few eggs.
Yeah. Well, we
You
can
gotta come
both
out of your
dunk.
shell.
Yeah. Couple other ones I got.
We're just yoking around over here.
oh,
All right, go
man.
ahead. I know. Sorry.
Killing it.
I can't. No, I'm not killing it. Reverse. This is. I'm using my mind and killing my soul. All right. What's the next two wishes?
I
You
got
did
a
all
couple
three
other
wishes.
ones.
I did all mine. Oh, man.
Never having to buy gas again.
That was gonna. That would be my fourth one.
Yeah.
Like
Just
the eggs
go to a
thing, but
gas
yeah.
station.
Oh,
They're like, oh,
you
yeah,
just
you're
have
good.
perpetual power.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
And then one more, probably a private chef
Ooh.
that works for free.
Well, I want you to have to pay for it because that means you're making some money.
If I had enough money
be
to
able to
pay
afford
for
a
it, that
private
would be
chef.
fine too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Private chef, that's a great one.
It's not bad.
Wait, and they'll cook anything you want. They're not like,
Eggs.
here's the menu. Like, you could do that, surprise you, but you could also, like, pick what you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Omelets, if I wanted to, you know, you
But you
just
want an
never know.
omelet station.
Just to
Hey,
tie
that's
it
not
in.
bad. That's my fifth wish, is an omelet station.
Yeah.
I already got all the eggs, so it's like, enjoy the cakewalk of a job, buddy.
Yeah. It's not that hard to make an omelet. I'm pretty good at making omelets.
You make good omelet?
I do.
All right.
I go
What do you like to put in your omelet?
I go pretty simple. I just go cheese and ham.
Oh, cheese and ham.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of a Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you also have bell pepper in there.
I'm
Denver omelets.
not a big vegetable guy. I eat like shit. That's why I've ate everything.
How are you not
at
eating
Wally's.
at Wally's all the time?
I've
then?
been to Wally's
Not that it's
several
shitty.
times.
I'm just saying it's a gas station.
I've been there multiple times.
I didn't see a lot of vegetables there actually.
No,
now
I
that
don't think
about it.
they're against them. They
They're-
got pizza, they got the barbecue, they got popcorn.
It's a bear, so I don't think either.
Yeah.
Bears aren't really. Well, bears eat berries. Bears eat berries.
I done pretty.
Why
I've
isn't
done
the
a few
bear's
laps.
name Barry?
That's better.
Wally's. That's so bad. I
Let's
hope
start-
you guys get sued and have to start over.
Let's start a
Berry.
chain of gas stations for
Okay.
berries.
Berries.
The bear can look different.
Yeah.
Have
First off, their bear doesn't necessarily really even look like a bear.
maybe
logo.
yeah, maybe ours is a grizzly bear and theirs is a black bear
Yeah.
or whatever. We're not going to
Berries.
get sued.
All
It's
right.
fine. But
I think I have a show.
yeah,
Second show.
I know I got to let you get to the
Yeah,
show.
come on, Jesus, Jimmy.
I'm sorry, man. We'll
Enough.
wrap it up.
People are
Appreciate
paying top dollar over there to sit around
No.
a candle.
I know, man. You're killing it. Second show is going to be great. We'll wrap things up. Where can people find you? Social media, all that kind of stuff.
You can go to eddiegosling.com. That's my website. I'm on Instagram. I think it's Eddie Gossling. And then I think those are the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm over on Blue Sky, Eddie Gossling over there. Come on over to Blue Sky. I left Twitter. It's just always like obnoxious.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't find the things I wanted to follow anymore. Although it is still good for news and things like that, but I'm on to Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Come on over to Blue Sky, or as we used to say in the house, Blue Ski, until we understood, oh, it's Blue Sky, not Blue Ski.
Nice. Well, make sure you check out Eddie, everybody. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Going to check out the show. Thanks for listening and or watching Back of the Room.
Bye-bye.